everyone. Welcome back to Be Fluent in English with Luna and Elio.
We're absolutely thrilled you're joining us today.
Hey you! Yes, you listening right now. Have you ever been in a conversation where everything is going perfectly, but then you need to say no to something, and suddenly your tongue feels like it's tied in a knot? You hesitate. You wonder, is it I have no or I have not? And in that moment, you just lose your confidence and go quiet?
Luna, that was me just yesterday. Actually, it's been me for years. I remember being at a dinner party once and someone asked if I wanted more dessert. I meant to say no thank you, but I got so confused about which negative to use that I ended up saying, I am not hunger. Everyone just stared at me while I turned the color of a ripe tomato.
Oh, Leo, we've all been there. But today we're unlocking the secret behind these two tiny words. They seem small, but they carry so much weight. By the time we're done, you'll leave knowing exactly how to use no and not without a second of hesitation.
I am ready. No, wait, I'm not ready? No, I am ready. See, I need this.
Let me give us our one big idea for today. This is the foundation we're going to build on. Imagine you are a mail carrier, a postman or postwoman, and you have a very important message to deliver.
Okay, I've got my little blue hat on and my bag of letters. I'm ready.
Perfect. Now think of the word no as a stop sign you put right in front of a noun. It's like a physical barrier you place on a thing. You have no mail. You have no stamps. It's about the stuff in your bag.
Okay, so no is the stop sign for the things. We're about not.
Not is like a cancellation stamp for the action. It doesn't sit in front of the object. It changes the delivery itself. It's the word that tells us the verb, the action, isn't happening. You are not walking. You are not delivering.
So if I'm understanding this, no blocks the item, but not cancels the action.
Exactly. It's all about where you want to deliver the message of 0. Do you want to cancel the object or cancel the doing?
I like that. No for the nouns, not for the actions. I think I need a few more ingredients in this recipe, Luna.
Totally. You know me so well. Let's head into the kitchen and mix these words together properly. Let's start with no. No is the word of pure absence. Its job is to tell us that the quantity of something is 0. It's strong, it's direct, and it loves to hang out with nouns. Use 1, 0 quantity. This is when you want to say there is nothing of a specific thing.
I have no flour, so I can't bake the cake today.
Okay, let me try one from my life. I have no money in my wallet after visiting that vintage sneaker shop.
Totally real, Leo. Use 2, direct answers. This is the simplest one. It's the opposite of yes.
Do you like raisins in your cookies? No, I do not.
Oh, I have a story for this one. Someone asked me, is it raining outside? And I looked at my dry shirt and said, no, it's beautiful out.
Perfect. And use 3, the no plus gerund rule. This is for signs or commands. We use no followed by an ing word. You see these everywhere. No smoking, no parking.
Oh, like at the library? No talking, whispering. I always get in trouble for that one.
But Leo, why do we say I have no time, but then we also say I do not have time? They mean the same thing, right? Why are there 2 ways to say it? It feels like the English language is just trying to make me dizzy. Oh, I love that question. It's the most common aha moment. Think of it like this. No is a shortcut. Instead of saying the long version, I do not have any time, we just put the stop sign, no, right in front of the noun, time. No is just a faster, more direct way of saying do not any. It's like taking the stairs instead of the elevator. You get to the same floor, just a different path. Here's a native secret. We use no before a noun to add emphasis. If I say I don't have money, it's a fact. But if I say I have no money, it sounds more dramatic, like I'm really, really broke. It's the empty cup feeling.
Speaking of empty cups, I have a story. I was at this very fancy French restaurant. The waiter came over and asked if I wanted to see the wine list. I wanted to be polite and use my new English skills. I tried to say, I'm not drinking tonight, but I got nervous. I looked at him and said, no drink. He looked so confused. He thought I was telling him he wasn't allowed to drink. He said, Monsieur, I am working. Of course I have no drink. I had to explain I wasn't the no drink police. I just didn't want a glass.
Oh, Leo, no drink sounded like a command. You were the stop sign. Music swells gently. Now let's talk about not. Not is the word of negation of action. Its job is to make a verb negative. If no is the stop sign for things, not is the undo button for the activity. Use 1 with the verb to be. This is how we describe things that aren't true about someone or something. The oven is not hot yet.
I am not a professional chef, clearly.
Gently, you're a pro in my heart. Used to, with helping verbs do, can, will, and have. This is where not usually lives. I cannot find my favorite spatula.
I will not give up on learning this.
Use 3. Comparing things. We use not to show a difference. I want the blue plate, not the red one.
I like coffee, not tea. Well, actually I like both, but for the example.
Okay, Leo, I get that, but here's what trips me up. Sometimes I hear people say not many people or not much water. Why is not hanging out with many and much? I thought not was for actions. Great catch! Think of many and much as part of the action of counting. When we use not with words like many, much, or all, we're saying the total isn't what you think. It's like saying the number of people is not high. It's still canceling the state of the group rather than the people themselves. Native time. In casual speech, not almost always shrinks. It loves to turn into NT and stick to its friends. Do not becomes don't. Is not becomes isn't. If you want to sound more relaxed, use the contraction. If you want to sound very serious, like a parent telling a child, you will not do that, keep them separate.
That makes sense. I remember when I first moved here, I was trying to buy a bus ticket. The machine was broken and I tried to tell the driver. I said, the machine no works. He just looked at me and said, it's not working, son. I realized then that the machine wasn't a no machine, it was that the working wasn't happening. I felt so silly, but I never forgot that not belongs to the work.
Music swells and transitions. Let's put them all together. Quick check. No is the stop sign for nouns, things, or objects. Not is the cancellation for verbs, actions, or descriptions. Common mistakes and funny fix-its. Mistake 1. I have not money.
I've said this so many times. It feels right in my head.
Wormly. The fix is money is a noun, a thing, so it needs a stop sign. I have no money. Or if you use a verb, I do not have money. Let's say it together. I have no money.
I have no money. Even though it's a sad sentence, it feels good to say it right.
Mistake 2. She is no happy. Happy is a feeling, a description. It needs not.
She is not happy, like my cat when I forget to feed her on time.
Mistake 3. No thank you, I no want. Remember, want is an action.
No thank you, I do not want, or I don't want.
Okay, team, let's build your personal cheat sheet. Grab your notebook or just open a little folder in your mind. Word 1, no. Its core job, deny the noun. There is no milk in the fridge. Daily use formula. No plus thing you're missing. Word 2, not. Its core job to deny the action. I am not going to the gym today. Daily use formula. verb plus not plus action.
I'm writing mine down right now. My example sentence for no is, I have no excuses left for my bad grammar, and for not, I am not afraid to make mistakes anymore.
Oh, Leo, that's beautiful. Gently, for those of you listening, what's your sentence? Think of one thing you have no of, like no chocolate, sadly, and one thing you are not doing, like I am not washing the dishes yet. Let's play a quick game. I'll give you a scenario, and you decide no or not. Scenario 1. You're at a cafe. The barista asks if you want sugar in your coffee. You want it black. What do you say?
No sugar, please, because sugar is a thing, a delicious, sweet thing.
Scenario 2. You're talking to a friend about a movie. They ask if it was good. You thought it was boring. It was not good. We're describing the movie, so we use not.
Scenario 3. You're looking for your keys. You've looked everywhere. You tell your partner, I have blank keys.
I have no keys, and then I usually find them in my hand 2 seconds later.
Wow, I feel lighter. To wrap it up in my words, no is for the stuff in my bag. No keys, no money, no sugar. Not is for the life I'm living. I'm not running, I'm not eating, I'm not sure. It's like the stop sign versus the undo button.
You did it, really. Language isn't about being a robot, it's about connection. Every time you pause to choose between no and not, you aren't just practicing grammar, you're practicing being understood. You're building a bridge to another person. We're so proud of that effort.
Okay, here is your mission for the day. Go into your kitchen or look in your bag. Find one thing you have no of, like no chocolate, sadly, and one thing you are not doing, like I am not washing the dishes yet. Say them out loud.
Great mission, Leo. And join us next time because we're going to tackle a big one. Borrowed versus lent. Who gives, who takes, and why do we always get it backwards?
I definitely need that one. I think I borrowed someone's heart? No, I lent it? See, I'll be here.
We're so proud of you for learning with us.
You're not alone. We're right here with you.
Keep shining. Talk soon.